Have you ever walked down into a basement and immediately felt a chill? No matter how high you crank the thermostat upstairs, the air down there always feels a little damp, smells a bit musty, and just seeps into your bones. That happens because most standard homes are built to the lowest legal limit of building codes. These codes allow a foundation to consist of bare poured concrete sitting against cold, wet dirt. In this setup, your furnace ends up heating the soil outside as much as the air inside. At the same time, that persistent dampness is slowly degrading the foundation. To understand why this happens, we must look at the concrete itself. It looks completely solid, but on a microscopic level, bare concrete is porous. It acts like a giant, heavy sponge. In this diagram, notice how water molecules are actively pulled from the soil directly into the concrete's tiny pores. This is capillary action. It works exactly like a paper towel sucking up water, pulling liquid upward even against gravity. That invisible, non-stop wicking of groundwater into your walls is the source of the musty smell and the relentless chill that standard basements never seem to lose. By relying on a sponge-like foundation, traditional construction methods invite the freezing, wet conditions of the soil into the structural bones of your house. To fix this, we must change the engineering goal. We want to stop building a sponge and start building a thermos, a sealed vessel that locks heat inside and keeps the outside cold exactly where it belongs. We achieve this with a system called Insulated Concrete Forms, or ICF. Instead of temporary molds, we use blocks of thick foam insulation with a hollow core where concrete is poured. Placed in the ground, the outer foam acts as a permanent shield. Freezing dart never touches the concrete, allowing indoor heat to bounce back inside. In a standard foundation, bare concrete provides a direct path for heat to escape, a flaw known as thermal bridging. The continuous double-layer foam of the ICF block removes that path entirely. This insulation ensures the basement maintains the same temperature as the rest of the house. It creates a space that stays warm and dry year-round. Even with insulated walls, there is one final vulnerability. The wall sits on a concrete base called a footing. If that concrete footing is touching the dirt, it can still pull water up from the very bottom. To stop this, we use a simple detail that standard builders often overlook, the capillary break. As you see here, a capillary break is a durable, waterproof membrane applied to the concrete footing before the main wall is poured. Water wicking upward from the soil hits a dead end. Like a waterproof coaster, it blocks moisture from entering the house's walls. Without this barrier, ground moisture will eventually wick into your structure and cause rot. Adding this membrane ensures the entire assembly stays dry from the ground up. Now that you understand the physics of a dry foundation, you can hold your builder accountable. When you interview a contractor, ask them 2 questions. What is their strategy for continuous exterior foundation insulation? And do they install a capillary break on the footings? If they dismiss the question or tell you that minimum building code is enough, they are selling you a foundation that will inevitably struggle with dampness. High-performance engineering focuses on these details because a dry foundation is a durable one. By stopping moisture at the source and keeping the concrete warm, you prevent the rot and decay that often plague standard builds. If you want to continue learning to engineer an overbuilt home, subscribe and like the video.